Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking about the guests for the next Talking Pictures TV festival, which is coming up next weekend. Yes, I'm really looking forward to going. So of course the event itself is on the weekend. I'm going to be heading off on the Friday as usual, but also on the Friday early in the morning I do have an eye appointment because, as I've mentioned in some other videos, I've had a bit of a trouble focusing recently with my eyes, and we've tried like fixing it by getting different lenses for my glasses, but it didn't quite work, so hopefully we can do something to fix that. But yeah, the eye appointment is in the morning on next Friday, and then later in that day we'll head off to where we're staying for the weekend. And yeah, but first, before I show you the guests, I like to kind of apologize for something and also address something. Now, on my community tab, I did share a video which is like calling out a person who, has very strange beliefs, and I'm glad it's not somebody who I associate with anymore. But yeah, I was saying in that post, thank God I don't associate with him, because I had interacted with him in some comments before. He'd watched my videos and he said he really liked them, and at one point he was saying he wanted to do like a Zoom call with me to help cure my depression. I'm glad I didn't do that. But yeah, I mean, I was never really friends with that person, but we had interactions and respected each other. But I'm glad I don't respect him anymore after a lot of the stuff has come out about him. But I would like to apologize if in the past I've had too much of a go at him, and also apologize to people who I had a bit of a go at people who blindly support him. Even people who just blindly support him and don't know about the bad things that he said. Yeah, I shouldn't have had to go at people like that. I mean, he does claim, as much as he's not a very nice person, he does claim that really horrible things happen to him, and if his claims are true, that is horrible. And as I said in a comment on that community post, I do apologize if in the past I kind of thought, maybe his claims aren't true. I mean, I don't think I was ever like, oh, his claims are definitely not true. And I've always said, like, if his claims were true, it is horrible that happened. But like, and me saying I don't quite believe him, it wasn't just that like he's a bad person, so of course he must be lying. No, it was also the fact that he's never taken any sort of legal action about it, and also he's just used that as a way to be bigoted. But now I'd say, I do believe like he went through this, and I am sorry for him, but I still like glad that I stopped associating with him. I just think he's generally not a nice person, and I haven't been saying his name because I don't want to like slander him or harass him or anything, and I'm not going to attack the people who blindly support him. But I just want to say I want nothing to do with him for that reason. I'll put the link to that video I'm talking about in the description so you can see who I'm talking about. But I don't want to say his name on here, and I've shared it on my community post so you can watch it there. But yeah, and if you know who I'm referring to, please don't say that person's name in the comments. I prefer not to. That. Also, I would like to say there might be a few other people who I still think they're not a very nice person, but I will admit that in the past I might have been too harsh to them, or gone too far with the hate towards them. Even like people who I think are just not very nice, I'm not going to go out and harass them and all that, because even if they're not very nice, they still don't deserve that. But I thought I'd address this person in particular because I made a recent community post about him. But with that out of the way, I'll have a look at the guests who've been announced for this event. Hopefully this will be a lot more fun than what I was talking about in the first half of this video. So let's have a look at that guest list. Alright, so this is the guest list, although if you look at here in the corner it does say that there are some mystery guests and acts who are yet to be announced. This was the most complete list that I could find, so I guess there are still some mystery guests who haven't been announced, but I'll look forward to seeing who those mystery guests will be, and I'll go over this guest list now, because it's a week until the event happens, and I've usually done these videos going over the guests before I go to the events. So there's Billy J. Kramer, and I guess he's worked with Brian Epstein, who is known for being the manager for the Beatles, which, yeah, that's pretty cool. And also I know Billy J. Kramer has been on the Heritage Chart Show before, his music has, which that's a show that Mike Reid does these days. It's basically like Top of the Pops, but it's for new music by older artists. So yeah, that's why he has like a connection with Mike Reid, and that's why they'll have him at the show. It's much like how at the last event they had Mal Pope and Tony Christie there. Both of them have been on the Heritage Chart Show before, so yeah, that's why I guess they got them, because they have that connection with Mike Reid. There's also Tommy Cannon, which he used to be one half of a comedy duo called Cannon and Ball, with a comedian called Bobby Ball. Now, Bobby Ball passed away a few years ago, but obviously Tommy Cannon is still alive since he's going to be at this show. Now, I think Cannon and Ball, they weren't quite as highly regarded as, say, Morecambe and Wise or the Two Ronnies, but they were still quite popular back in the day. I have seen a sketch that they did with Rick Mayall, because I mean, I'm a big fan of Rick Mayall, so yeah, I saw the sketch that they did with him, and that was quite funny. So yeah, and I am a big fan of the whole idea of a comedy duo in general, so I'll look forward to hearing him reminisce about working with Bobby Ball in a lot of those sketches. And yeah, I'll put a link in the description to the sketch that I've seen from them with Rick Mayall, and you know, maybe one of my subscribers, Frenzy, or the moviegoer, he might like to see that, since he's a big fan of Rick Mayall as well, and I know he also wants to check out some other British humour. So yeah, Frenzy, if you're watching this video, you could check out that video in the description if you want, and yeah, hope you like it, man. I know you love Rick Mayall. There's Sherry Hewson. It mentions here that she's a big fan of Talking Pictures TV, so clearly she has great taste. But yeah, and it mentions some TV shows she's been in. As you can see, she's been in a lot of popular TV shows. She was also in a Carry On movie, Carry On Behind, which that's cool, because I mean, I'm a big fan of the Carry On series, and they've had some other like actors at these shows before who've been in Carry On movies, so it's nice to see another one. There's Steve Hewlett. He's a ventriloquist, and yeah, it should be fun to see him do comedy and stuff with his puppet. Hopefully he's good. And then there's Andre Vincent, Lola Lamore, and Mel Byron. Yeah, they're regulars at these shows. Now there's Bernie Clifton. Now I've heard of him before. He's known for like riding an ostrich, but not really riding it. It's actually just a thing that he wears on the bottom half of him that looks like he's riding it. Yeah, I've seen the image of him riding that before, and it's pretty funny. So hopefully he'll be good at this show. Dave Berry, he sang the original version of the song The Crying Game. Now, a lot of people might know Boy George did a cover of that song, and that was used in the film The Crying Game. But yeah, Dave Berry, he's the original singer of that song. Kate Garner, she was at a previous show that I went to, and she's the daughter of Chaz from the music duo Chaz and Dave, and yeah, she was actually really good when I saw her live last time, and yeah. And of course then there's Mike Reid and Noel Cronin, the footage detectives themselves. Of course they're always at these shows. And of course Noel Cronin, he's Mr. Talking Pictures TV himself, so yeah, that's what they call him. Then there's the George Formby Society. I guess they're going to perform some of his songs, which will be nice. I mean, I like George Formby a lot. Yeah, I actually follow the George Formby Society on social media, so it's cool that they're going to be at this show. And then there's Eric and Ern. So this is a Morecambe and Wise tribute act, which is cool because, I mean, I like a lot of these tribute acts that they get at these shows. Like, I saw Jeffrey Holland doing his Stan Laurel. I saw there's a guy doing a Tommy Cooper impersonation, and that same guy was also one half of a Steptoe and Son tribute act. So yeah, I like these tribute acts they have at these shows, so hopefully this Eric and Ernie tribute act will be good. So yeah, I'll really look forward to this event. Hope you enjoyed this video. You could tell me in the comments, do you like any of these guests who are on this list? And yeah, hope you all found this interesting, and see you later guys, bye. I'll definitely look forward to going to this show.